You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.
What? It's just water.
It's just water. How you doing, Bronny?
Good. How are you?
All right. So we just got back. Mom and I just got back from New York City.
You did?
For my birthday weekend. And
Happy birthday.
thank you. And we had a really nice time. Really, really nice time. It was, we saw some friends, did some good dinners. City seemed to be good weather. And now it's Sunday afternoon, doing our thing. And
It's good. Even like, I feel like in the last year or two of this podcast, we've been like, New York sucks. It's crazy. Even though I feel that way, I hope that everything in America gets better than it was before. So the fact that like things are starting to become like even the shitty places like LA and New York that were like so bad in the last couple of years are starting to become better.
yeah, I don't know if LA, New York.
It's better than it was a year ago.
Yeah, New York
for sure.
seems to be cleaned up. They did beautiful what they did downtown, the West Side. It's gorgeous by Chelsea Pier and all that. It's really nice.
I mean, the whole city though is like kind of a big outdoor mall though. Like it doesn't have any charm and character like it used to. It's just all the same stores. Everything kind of looks the same. Or like when the biggest attraction in the city, this is just my opinion, but like when the biggest attraction in the city is a new mall, right? Like Hudson Yards. And then this soulless
I couldn't give a
structure.
fuck. I couldn't give a fuck about that.
But that's people like, I got to go to New York City to see that. When that's the biggest draw to your city has no heart.
Well, because people are idiots. But
That's what I mean. It's just a big outdoor mall. It's just a consumer city. It's not, I feel like back in the 70s and 80s and 90s, it was like cool.
But everything's changed. It's now big business.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
But we still had a good time. There's a lot of
no
restaurants. We it was a nice weekend. I mean, busy. We got there Friday and we were up early. We didn't get a lot of sleep. We were up early today, so for a 9:00 flight, went to bed late. And so JetBlue, it's interesting. A lot of Orthodox on the flight.
Well, New York to Florida,
Correct.
that's a huge one.
But a lot. I mean, half the plane was filled with Orthodox people.
Because Sunday is one of the, like, they can't travel
I get
yesterday.
it. But I get it. So just hear me out for a second. So it's interesting. It's such an interesting subculture. It's like a cult. It's really, but it's very interesting because
it's just so different than even our, like those Jews. When I look at Orthodox Jews, I'm like, I get why people look at Jews as like the other. Because I look at them as like the other. Even though they're my people.
It's so interesting how first of all the men look like they would walk right back in the gas chamber. They look like they're like, I mean, they.
What do you mean? Like they're feeble?
Yeah, they look like they don't have any ability to fight, confrontation, or be like an alpha. I mean,
Jews aren't typically like
but it's like
a
embarrassing.
warrior
tribe. It's like they're more Nebby than Neb. Then the women, it's so interesting because all the daughters, the young daughters, they all look the same. They all look like that typical round face.
Well, because they're all the same.
Yes, it almost looks like inbreeding.
Well, it is. I saw there was a study that came out like a couple months ago that I've been referencing to all my friends because I think it's funny, like all my Jewish friends, that Ashkenazi Jews, so for those listening, there's two different types of Jews. There's like Sephardic, which is Persian Jews, North African Jews, Egyptian Jews, Arab Jews.
Darker skinned Jews.
Yeah, like from an Arab background. And then there's Ashkenazi Jews, which are like European Jews, so Russian, Polish, German.
We're Ashkenazi.
Obviously, look how white we fucking are. And they're like the two types of Jews are like very different. There's different customs, traditions, whatever. But in the Ashkenazi Jews, at most, all Ashkenazi Jews are 32nd cousins at most.
So they're not doing 21Me.
23andMe.
So
21andMe is your Down syndrome.
So definitely not doing
21.
21.
No, that's 24andMe.
Okay.
But so at most, all white Jews are related by 32nd cousins, which means that we're all a lot less than that.
web feet.
Yeah, but that's why a lot of Jews look alike is because there's not many of us.
But it's such an so we were sitting next to a grandmother who
also a lot of them have the women
the
wear
wigs
wigs,
and shit, and
so their
ugly
wigs all
clothes,
look alike, right?
So, but they all look similar, and there's nothing attractive. There's like no sex appeal. I understand.
New York Jews have no attractive.
Right. So we're sitting next to a grandmother. She's coming down. She had a wedding in New York, and she's coming down with her family vacation with her. And I said, like, all the marriages arranged. She goes, yeah, well, we set them up. They don't like them, but yes, they really arranged marriages. It's very interesting, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. We talked about that.
Not only necessarily do I not think it's a bad thing, I actually think it's a good thing.
So we're going to set you up then, or do an arranged marriage.
for most of human cultures, for most of history, up until like 200 years ago, that was the way it was. So clearly it must have worked well. If for tens of thousands of years, that's kind of the only way, then it works well.
I'm not opposed to that because if two
so you can learn to love anyone.
No, but I'm not saying arranged marriage. Like she was saying, it's not arranged like this is who you're marrying.
Right. You set up, I think Bronson's going to be a good match with this person.
And you got to date. If you don't like each other, then you move on to the next one. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I got to tell you, it's so interesting the way they look. It's almost, it's a little weird. So
well, it's like when you're out west and you see like a Mormon family, or when 100%. You're in New England and you see like a Mennonite family.
Like, yes.
It's like, whoa, who are these people?
And then there was like one kid who was like a ginger with the Coke bottle glass who's like maybe 12. I'm like, he's fucking doomed.
Yeah.
You know, the yarmulke and the seat, they call it?
It's what's hanging out of their clothes. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that kid's going to get his fucking ass kicked. Thank God he's Orthodox.
Well, he's in that community, so they're all like that.
Yeah, so, but like, oh my God, like if there was like a terrorist attack, you're not counting it. You're better off counting on like mom to defend you than them.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a major cult.
Well, it's because cult. All they do all day is study Torah. So they don't do
she was
activities.
reading shit on the plane. Like,
yeah, that's all they do all day is study
God
Talmud.
Thing, that whole God religion thing is so interesting. Now, I understand spirituality. I understand faith to a certain thing. But the whole religion thing of just reading something taken for face value
but at least I agree
interesting.
with you.
I find it so interesting the way the human brain works, how people... Is it out of fear? Is it tradition?
No, it's just
the way you're raised.
No, it's the way your DNA is. Humans.
No fucking way. I don't feel it. I don't get it.
You just subscribe to a different one. Or like everyone has a religion. Yours just might be like.
No, I don't believe like there's when you're dead, there's more out. Like
well, that doesn't have anything to do with
God,
the Talmud. Jews don't believe in an afterlife, just so you know.
No,
all those Orthodox, they don't believe in heaven and hell. There's no life after. In traditional Judaism, there's no life after this one, which is one of the reasons why I like the religion so much. So those Jews, or you're saying life after death, they do not believe in that. They believe that this is the life that you have, and when you die, you die. That's traditional Judaism. The thing, at least with Judaism, that I like better than other religions is that, right, like if you're reading the Bible, if you're Christian, and you're reading the Bible day in after day out, right, you're reading just one group of texts, and it's just those, and that's it. And you're just looking for interpretations that you're trying to make yourself.
And you can interpret anything.
The Talmud, which is like the main study, what people study. People don't really study the Torah. Like Jews don't really study the Torah. They're reading the Talmud.
Isn't that Jewish law?
Yeah. So what it is it's hundreds of years, 1,000 years of conversations between different rabbis throughout history discussing what Judaism is. So it's like you're reading like a
history.
Yeah, but also you're reading like how to live life.
Diary,
like
whatever.
If I read like a how-to book, right? Many people nowadays will read like self-help books, or they'll read like how to live a better life, or like right. The biggest books are like how to not give a fuck.
So wait, do they keep adding to the Talmud?
Not really anymore.
So they should though, don't you think? When you think about it, like why should it have stopped?
Do they? They might honestly.
Why don't we come out with Talmud, the next chapter?
Well, that's what Judaism
starring
is. Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
The whole thing is a conversation.
You're going to be taken.
But it makes more sense to me.
Stay on the phone.
It makes more sense to me to like be studying people that you know of that were like around a couple hundred years ago discussing how to live life and arguing. Half of Judaism is disagreements. It's people disagreeing.
Jews love to argue.
And then traditions come out of those.
Then I must be very Jewish then.
Like even minor things, right? Like the
Are we talking minor, like
no, not
young kids or people that work in a mine?
No, I'm talking about insignificant things.
Okay.
Like the mezuzah that you put on your door, right? Like Ashkenazi Jews put it one way and Sephardic Jews put it another way. And then Talmud, you could read that they were arguing about which way to put it. So there's like every little bit of way to live life is argued out until people come to the right idea that they thought of. And then that's what you're studying. So it's like a way to live life, and it's not based on like because one guy said so. It's based on rationale and logic. So the Jewish religion it's more of like a how-to book rather than a religion, where like Christianity, you're just reading one person's account of miracles and you're just like, yep, that's the way it is.
Yeah,
so it makes more sense to me.
Well, I get it, but on the same token,
to study that.
But here's the thing. I hear you. I don't know but on the same token, the Orthodox Jews or the Hasidic Jews look down upon you and I as Reform Jews. So, there's a lot of hypocrisy in that.
What's the hypocrisy?
Meaning because they think that we're not like real Jews.
But why is that hypocritical?
Because we are all Jews. If you're saying
Why?
the how to just live a better
but
life,
we don't live. So Judaism really, but more than a religion, it's a way to live your life. We don't live our life like Jews. We don't follow any of the commandments. We don't do any of the mitzvah, right? We don't keep Shabbat. But if you were a person, right? If you're saying they look down on us because we don't live like Jews.
But the Orthodox Jews, they're hypocrites too, though.
Why?
Because some of them are fucking cheating. They're stealing. They're lying.
No one's perfect.
No, but my point
is,
they
live as Jews. We don't. We don't keep kosher. We don't keep Shabbat. That's the bare minimum. Let alone wear tzitzit, pray 2 times a day.
I don't agree with that.
Right. So you're not Jewish to them, right? But can't you see how that makes sense?
No, I don't agree with that because I don't agree with that. I think because I don't agree with that. Period.
Okay. I mean, fine. You don't agree with it, but I see
it's
why
like
they feel that way.
I think you're either pregnant or you're not pregnant. There's no in between. Not that you're more pregnant. You're just pregnant.
Oh, here's a good example. I earned my black belt in Taekwondo, right? Let me get through this analogy. I earned my black belt in Taekwondo. I'm a black belt, just like you are. You would say you're not a black belt. You don't practice it. You don't train. You don't keep up with it. You don't know the martial art. You haven't studied it in 10 years.
Being born is different. Though.
I know, but so I would say, fuck you. I'm 100% a black belt. And you would be like, I guess because you are, but it's not the same as I am. That's how they view it.
I get it.
Which makes total sense to me. It's not the same.
No, because I know they might be more scholared and more educated in the study of Judaism.
They're more Jewish.
No, but doesn't make them more Jewish. You're either Jewish or not.
So they live a more Jewish life then.
No, because I don't think it's a Jewish life. I think it's a cult. I think that's a cult.
No, but then you're just being ignorant because Jewish life to you is not what Jewish life is objectively. Jewish life objectively, what it means to be a Jew.
All right, so Israelis.
Technically, being Jewish is living by the 613 commandments. You don't do any of them. So you might be ethnically Jewish, but you're not Jewish.
True. I'm sure I do plenty of them.
Like what?
I don't know. Name some. I'm sure I do plenty of them.
You don't do any of them. Yeah. I mean, it's literally minuscule things like do you leave the outer perimeter of your farm open so that people can pick it?
Always.
That's a commandment.
Always. I always do. Ask the person who manages my farm. And here's the thing: the Israelis who are Jewish,
they're secular. Though. They don't consider themselves religious.
They don't. They look down upon the Hasidic Jews.
Okay, but do you say to them, "You're hypocritical"? You said to the Hasidic Jews who look down upon us Reform Jews, "Fuck them."
No, I'm saying because I don't believe that a conservative Jew or a Orthodox Jew is more Jewish than a Reform Jew.
They are to me. I don't
agree.
As a Reform Jew, they are.
No, I think they might be more. They might be more well read, but I think they're. Listen, the ones that go to the conservative temple in Boca, give me a fucking break because give me a fucking break.
They practice Judaism more.
Oh please, they go 3 times a year. The high holidays to their own full of shit.
Here's another example: lawyers, right? Someone can pass the bar. Okay, they're a lawyer, right? They were a lawyer. They went to law school. They passed the bar. They did it. Like that guy in San Diego, right? He hasn't practiced law in 20 years. When he said he was a lawyer, you said to me, you were like, he's not really a lawyer. He hasn't practiced in 20 years. You would view yourself. You would look down, not really look down upon him, but you would think to yourself in your mind, I am more of a lawyer than he is, even though you both are technically lawyers.
But there's a difference. One's a profession as opposed to one how you're born. A woman doesn't say, but here's the thing.
They don't just view this how you're born.
Wait, I have a question. There's a woman who never gave birth, and there's a woman who gave birth to 5 children. She says, I'm more of a woman because I gave birth.
But what
you're a fucking woman.
What I'm
trying to say,
what I'm trying to say is that Orthodox Jews don't fully view, it's not just 100% just because you're born. You have to practice it.
A lot
of Orthodox Jews will leave the community because they don't want to be a part of it, and they won't view them as Jewish anymore.
Okay, but that's their choice. I'm just saying,
but just because you think one way it doesn't mean that that's what it is.
It usually does. It usually does.
Because actually what traditional Jews think is the way it is because they're the ones making the rules in Judaism. As a Reform Jew who doesn't know anything about Jewish
Reform rabbis and conservative rabbis, they make new rules.
Right, but that Reform Judaism started in 1980. traditional Judaism started in 1000 BC. You see how there's a difference between legitimacy of one and the other.
Okay, but
one's 60 years old, one's 3,000 years old.
Let me be very clear when I say
Or
this.
5,000.
Okay, you're born a Jew. It's like this.
I agree with you.
By the way, you're a fucking dude. You get your sex changed. You're a fucking dude to me. That's the way.
But you're less of a dude. You would 100% think that they're now less of a dude than you are.
No, but they're still a dude.
Would you? Right, but okay. So you and a transgender woman, you think you are both equally as masculine?
I think we were born men.
Do you? Sure, you both were born men. No one will disagree with that. But do you think that you're both equally manly?
No.
Okay.
I don't think most men.
So,
I don't think you're as equally.
That's
you're as
perfect.
equally
Thank
manly
you for
as
setting
me.
me up. So
no, I disagree with you.
So Orthodox Jews will 100% believe that both you and them are both born Jewish. But they will think that they are more Jewish than you.
They can think what they want.
I know.
I'm just saying, Bronson.
I'm just explaining what their side is.
I think they are. Oh, I know what their side is. I'm the one that brought it up.
But you're saying how you think, but that it's true.
No, I'm not. I know what their side is because I'm the one that brought it up initially in the conversation. Okay. I'm just saying they don't view us as Jews. That's what I'm saying. And to me, I look at it more.
They do, just less of Jews.
Because
they would want you to come, like if you showed interest
like
in
a cult.
Right, but
like a cult.
But they wouldn't just take anyone off the street. They would be more inclined to get you into their practices.
To convert into the thing.
It's not convert.
I think a lot of the people, and look, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying to me, it
is but humans are just hypocrites.
Of course, that's people.
Yeah.
I think it was just, I find it that, look, people are born into it, and I wonder if people, if these children weren't born into it, would they choose that path? I don't know. Now, again, I don't have any issue with it because it doesn't bother me, but I'm just saying it's such an interesting, like the way they dress, the way they act, the way the men sit on one side, the women sit on another side, or you have sex with a hole with the sheet in it. I think it's no different than, say, where like in the Muslim religion, the men are like superior to the women. No, I think it's disgusting. The women are inferior to the men
fully.
But in the Reform, and like in our household, it's the opposite. We're inferior to the Jewish women. They run the shit, unfortunately.
So which way do you want it?
I'd rather be the fucking alpha.
Yeah, I'm going. So you should.
I'm telling mom I'm fucking becoming Orthodox. How great would that be? But I don't like the hair. I don't like the fucking black leggings. I don't like the.
That's very traditional.
I know. I would have
most Orthodox now they call them modern Orthodox, and they live normally. They just keep Shabbat. They keep kosher.
I would be okay with Shabbat. I think that's a nice thing for Friday, family time, and this and that.
I think I'm gonna do when have my own family do Shabbat Friday night.
Okay.
Not like make it religious, just like every Friday night.
But you would travel, like if you had to come, like you would not stop.
I don't mean Shabbat like where you don't use electricity. I just mean like every Friday night is dinner with the family, and that's it. You can go on Saturday night.
It's a good thing to start that way. Who knows how, but it's a good thing. Right. I think it's a beautiful thing.
I just like it because it's literally
family time.
It's also just what my ancestors have done since the dawn of time, pretty much. For how old is Judaism? 6,000 years, 5,000 years? For 5,000 years, my ancestors have done that every Friday night. That's kind of cool if I could keep doing that. I don't do it now.
I think it's a nice thing. I was just commenting. Like I find it very intriguing. I don't think they're better than me. I don't think I'm better than them. I just found it's right. Perfect analogy. If you see a Mormon family or who churns the butter in the Mormons? Amish. It's the same thing.
Right. It's like when you see me like, ooh. Because it's odd. But it's the same because it's traditional.
The women look where the men look dirty.
Yeah.
That's all. They look dirty.
Yeah, they kind of are.
When I was in Israel many years ago.
They live an old school lifestyle.
Yeah, many years ago. What's where they do the big fire in the town square? There's a name to it. I went. It was so. Look it up, Ron. It was one of the coolest things. All the black hats. And by the way, and there's different, they're like gangs. There's different gangs and territories of SECT. Right, with regards to the black hats.
What do you want me to Google?
Where it's like the big fire in the middle of
fire festival.
Yeah, but Bronny, they didn't do one. It was only with
Lag Bomer. It's got to be
that. Lag Bomer. So it was so cool, and I had to stand on the outside of it because you can't get involved, so they all live in the apartment buildings, Bronny, and it's like a courtyard in their apartment building. So it wasn't out like for the major town; it was just in their particular area between their building. It was really.
I don't really know much about this holiday at all.
I was there when it was happening. It felt very interesting.
Let's see. It says
And then we'll move on because most of our listeners aren't Jewish.
Lag BaOmer is a minor holiday that occurs on the 33rd day of the Omer period. Let's see. The Omer is a time of semi-mourning when weddings and other celebrations are forbidden. As a sign of grief, observant Jews do not cut their hair. Anthropologists say that many people have similar restraints, blah, blah, blah. But the most often cited explanation comes from the Talmud, which we just said, which tells us that during this season, a plague killed thousands of Rabbi Akiva's students because they did not treat one another respectfully. The mourning behavior is presumably in memory of those students. I don't know why you burn stuff.
I don't know. Now, Jews don't believe in Jesus being the Messiah and being resurrected. Jews for Jesus do.
Yeah, but that's a different religion.
I know. It's just interesting. Isn't that interesting?
Jews for Jesus would be someone like you who was born Jewish, but then believes
like
in
my
Christianity.
buddy Scott is a Jew. I think a Jews for Jesus.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's just someone who's born Jewish, so they're in our ethnicity, but they, whatever it's called, but they believe in Christianity.
It was fun. So the flight was good. Found it very interesting. It was half filled with Orthodox, and the weekend was fucking great. And Thursday was my birthday. We had a great time up on the roof, hanging out. Oh, you spilled that. Which was a lot of fun. And now I got to wait another year for my birthday. But it was good.
Well, that's how birthdays are.
So it was nice.
Mine is in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
3 weeks.
Big 27. Any plans?
I'm going to New York. I'm copying you.
For that weekend?
So I go to New York Sunday or Thursday through Sunday, and then my birthday is Monday. The Monday after I get back. My birthday is always on President's Day weekend, so I always have Monday off.
We got to do a month-end pod. When are we doing that?
This week. So if you guys are listening and you want to Zoom with us, so we do a Patreon. We have a Patreon, if you guys don't know, where we release an extra episode every month or every week. So if you want to hear
Wednesdays.
more, if one episode isn't enough for you, then
which it better not be.
Then you can pay $5 a month. You get 4 extra episodes. Or you can pay $10 a month and you get all those extra episodes. And every month you get a Zoom with us and the other Patreon members. So we're going to do that this week. So join. This is Monday that hopefully you're listening to this. Join now. Just go join. Pay $10. You get a discount if you sign up for the year.
How do you join?
Patreon.com/daddyissuespod.
How do you join?
Patreon.com/daddyissuespod, and go join, and then you can be like on the podcast with us.
Yeah, shoot the shit with us.
The Zooms are basically like a podcast where you get to participate with us,
and we just hang out,
and you get to ask us.
It's a live thing.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's fun.
It's fun. So we got to look at because I have court every day this week coming up.
Okay,
so we have to look at this shit and look at the schedule. Mom, we're booked. Maybe we'll do a Tuesday.
Okay,
but we got to talk about that because I have court. Yeah, all right,
we'll figure that out off the air.
So, so you told us you're going to Japan. Oh, how are we going to do? We got to do pods.
That's in so long. It's in 4 months.
You're right. So you're going to Japan. You excited about that?
I'm going to Japan in May. I booked my.
What a fucking life you have.
I mean, if
good for you.
I'm very excited. I'm going in May for 2.5 weeks with my friends, some of my friends from college, and I'm pumped. It'll be fun.
No, good for you.
We officially booked. So now I hate when people say that they're going somewhere and then they don't. You know, when people are like, oh yeah, I'm good. Like imagine if I said I'm going to go to Japan and then I never went. Because a lot of people will like start talking about it before they book, but I'm like, no. I'm not going to mention a fucking word to anyone until I book my flight so I know I'm going. So now I know.
When are you going?
May 11th to 26th.
And in March snowmobiling, right?
Yeah.
All right, so February I'm home, which I'm excited. I don't know, one flight in February. I cannot fucking wait.
Nice.
Okay.
Happy for you.
Thank you. I'm happy for myself too.
All right, we can get into like crazy shit if you want.
Let's get into shit.
I guess let's just start with this one. Remember how we talked about? Remember how like Nancy Pelosi's husband was attacked?
Yeah, but nothing ever happened. We talked about last week.
The body cam footage from the police officer responding was released this weekend.
Seriously,
and
I want to see it.
We're gonna watch it.
I have to see it.
I'll just show it to you, and then we'll talk about it because I've watched it many times. I'm not even gonna say what I think.
I want to see it.
Okay,
yeah, let me draw my own conclusions.
Yes, I will. This episode is brought to you by Manscaped, who has really exciting news because they have revolutionized the game again. Like, I'm not exaggerating with this one. Bryce yesterday. So what we're talking about is their new Beard Hedger Pro Kit, which is all you could ever need to tame your facial hair. Bryce said to me, we got one for Bryce as well. Every Bloom in the family has one of these sets at the moment. Bryce used it. And he was like, "This is the best thing I've ever used. This is exactly what I was looking for." So we've got a testimonial.
Did you
directly
trim
from Bryce.
yours with it?
Yeah,
because it looks good. I got to
good,
tell you,
right?
it looks really nice.
They're really good. So it comes with this.
I like the case, by the way.
An awesome beard trimmer. So it's different than their body hair trimmer. It has 20 different cutting lengths that you can use
right here.
It's really great. And then included in this package as well. So like, I would definitely recommend getting the whole package. They got beard shampoo, beard oil, beard conditioner, beard
nice.
balm, and it comes with some gifts. It comes with free beard
I like
scissors.
the feel of it. Look.
No, it feels like quality.
Yeah, it feels good.
The Beard Hedger Pro kit comes with all those things and some gifts. It comes with beard scissors, comes with this really nice beard brush, and a fucking comb. I've been combing my beard every day now. I don't even barely need to. It feels great.
Yeah, you don't need to, but it looks good.
You guys know we're a fan of Manscaped's products, and they're always coming out with new stuff. This, in my opinion, is the best thing that they've done. So I would.
Very cool.
You guys probably have the Lawnmower 4.0, the Performance Package 4.0. You're using all their stuff, which is all great. This, if you even have a beard trimmer already, this one beats it. Definitely.
No, I really like it.
So head over to
feels
Manscaped.
Good.
Yeah, head over to manscaped.com. Go buy the Beard Hedger Pro kit for yourself. Even if you're like, oh, I have my Lawnmower 4.0. Now you'll have a dedicated one for your balls, your taint, or whatever, and one just for your face.
But this is very different. You can tell this is wider than the other one.
It honestly, it's like what they use at the barber.
Yeah, it's
to shave
the real
the sides
deal.
of my head.
Real easy and easy to clean, waterproof. I like it.
So
very nice.
head over to manscaped.com, use the code DADDYISSUES20. You'll get 20% off your entire order. So their stuff already comes at a great price, but because you're a listener of the show, you will get it at an even better price. And you'll get free shipping. So it's really a no-brainer. Like you will love this gift for your beard. It'll incentivize you to keep growing out a beard. So once again, manscaped.com, use the code DADDYISSUES20. You'll get 20% off and free shipping.
So it's the police officer
Going to the house.
Louder. I love it. This is so cool. What's with the tape on the window? Are they painting?
Just watch. Don't say anything. Just save for after. Because it's quick.
Yeah. Fucking said 2620, right? No, 2640.
Now we know the address already.
Yeah, it literally said that. Hi. Hey guys. How you doing?
Oh yeah.
What's going on, man?
Everything's good.
Hi. Drop the hammer.
Nope. Hey.
What is going on right
I'm
now?
not getting an answer on call back.
Bro, oh shit.
Calls in the area that it's from Ania.
Are you kidding me?
I got him, Michael.
Okay, so that's pretty much it.
1 minute.
He's passed out, knocked unconscious.
1
Paul.
minute.
Edward 14, Edward 10, backup code 3.
That's the video.
Go back again. I can watch this thing.
Yeah. You gotta
Wait, there's a couple of minutes.
It's
seconds
just
left.
they're just arresting him.
1 minute. I want to see it.
Give me your fucking hand.
Units code
Give me your fucking hand.
40 Broadway for 14 hours.
Someone sleeping?
Edward 10, medics code 3 as well.
No, I think that's him, Paul Pelosi, trying to breathe. Like that's him breathing.
Sorry, 14 number 2 stays medic code 3.
He's like dying.
Affirmative.
Okay,
Yeah, I got to watch one more time.
I'll show you.
Who is this guy in the house? Like, there's a lot
we'll
of questions.
talk about it. We'll talk about it. So I'm going here.
Oh my
Let's
God, this
see.
is so weird. Wait.
Where the door opens. Okay.
Their whole what?
Hi. How you doing?
Oh yeah.
What's going on, man?
Everything's good.
Hi. Drop the hammer.
Nope. Hey.
What is going on right
I'm
now?
not getting an answer on call
Okay, and then he
back.
attacks him.
Okay,
Okay.
there's so
Do you want
many
it me to?
cringy.
Yeah. What are
cringy
your
things.
thoughts? Because I've watched it a lot, and I have a
He's in
lot
his
of.
underwear and a dress shirt,
He's in his underwear.
and then he's holding the hammer.
Okay, so what strikes me as weird,
And the
with
guy's
this,
smiling, come to the door like they're friends.
both of them are smiling when they open the door.
Okay, that's so weird.
He's holding.
You guys got to watch this. By
He's
the way.
holding Paul, Nancy Pelosi's husband, is holding a glass of whiskey in one hand.
Oh, I didn't see that. Go back.
He's in his underwear.
1 minute.
So look. See, he's holding a glass of whiskey, and then you can see it at the end on the ground. So he opens the door in his. Okay, here's my thought process.
Weird.
The story was that this guy broke into their house, and Paul was like, the guy was in his house, and so Paul called the police, and then the police responded. Right? If there's an intruder in my home, this is just for me. If there's an intruder in my home, and the police, I open the door to the police, I'm running out to them.
Or you'd be freaking.
Or I'm screaming, or I'm saying, help me.
Yeah.
I'm doing something, right?
Is there something wrong with this guy, Paul Pelosi?
No. Something wrong with him. He's the most successful stock trader in the history of America.
This is weird.
He opens the door. He's wearing underwear. He's holding a glass of whiskey. First of all, if there was an intruder in my home, I'm putting down my glass. I'm not, right? I'm not carrying around my glass while someone's trying to attack me. They're both holding this hammer together. I guess, you could explain it as he was like trying to stop him from hitting him.
It's the weirdest thing.
And then
I watch
he turns around and hits
time?
him.
I need to watch
It's
it one
just
more time.
really weird. Why is he in his underwear? Why is he holding a glass? Why
Let me
is he
see.
acting
Face it
nonchalant?
towards me for a minute.
He opens the door and he goes, "What's up, guys?" Weird.
They're smiling.
And what's even weirder, I can't
The
explain
cops, I was a
this.
little shocked at the cops. Like
Well, the cops open the door and they're probably like, "What the fuck's going on?"
yeah, and he goes, put the hammer down, and he goes, no. And then
Yeah.
he hits him with it.
Yeah.
Did he hit him with it?
Yeah. It seemed like it. The other thing too, watch it closely. I don't know how to explain this. No one opens the door. The door opens like someone else opened it because Paul,
All right, I gotta watch this. Go
Paul
slow.
has one hand.
100% he could not have opened.
He has
you're
one
right.
hand on the hammer.
You're right. He could not
and
have opened the
one
door.
hand holding his glass.
He could not have opened the door. All
Watch.
right, go slow.
Watch.
One minute.
How you doing?
All right, pause.
Who opened the fucking door?
Wait, go back. Yeah, that's bizarre. You got to go back slow for slow.
Look,
one minute,
look.
slow.
So the door opens.
Both
Both their hands are on that hammer.
Oh my God! Did you hear that from somebody? You just observed.
No,
that yourself?
I watched it. I was like, "Who the fuck opened this door?"
Look right there. You see it. There's no way.
but then no
But
one's
nobody's
behind the door.
there.
Isn't that weird? I can't explain it. And then, look, they're just chilling and they're smiling, both of them. Maybe Paul's nervous. I smile when I'm nervous sometimes, so that could explain that. But why is he in his underwear with like a pajama shirt on and holding a glass of
And
whiskey?
he's holding
the
his
glass
wrist.
is just what doesn't explain. It doesn't make sense to me. If someone breaks into my home, I'm not going to be carrying around my glass.
All right, I'm most intrigued by the door opening by itself,
Isn't that weird?
and not a jar, just opening, like
it
somebody
full
pulled it.
opens. Like
Go back.
Nancy's
I gotta see
standing
that-
behind
I
it.
gotta see that one more time. The door thing. That's the weirdest thing. I don't say. Look, both hands are right there. Okay, look. So both hands are right there. It's
Both
impossible.
hands are on unless
And
you
it's-
quickly open it and then grab the hammer.
No, because it's opening too much. Look, both hands are right there. See?
Yeah, fully on the hammer.
All right. So now he's holding the hammer.
They're smiling, both of them. Again, they might be nervous. And then he turns around
Wait.
and whacks him. But does this
One minute,
outfit, like, so
One minute. Yeah.
the conspiracy theorists,
Yeah.
or like the theorists, people were speculating when we first heard about
He was
this,
getting a blowjob by the guy.
that it was like a gay sex meetup.
But look at this guy. He looks like a dirtbag.
Yeah, but Paul might be weird. I don't know. And then the other thing is like they have so they're one of the most well-known Nancy Pelosi is one of the most well-known people in America, one of the most hated people in America. And they live in San Francisco, which is one of the most high crime places in America. There's no way that they don't have private security or even public
1,000%.
Actually, I
he
think they
got
should
in
like
because
have the
somehow
police.
someone let him in.
Of course. How could he not have, right?
So wait, I go slow now. Go slow, like slow frame forward.
So they're wrestling with the hammer. And
Right.
then the big guy, the attacker, gets the hammer out of Paul's
Now,
hand
why did the police move in then?
and whacks him. They are. You can't react instantly.
Yeah, you can.
The police probably should have reacted when they started wrestling for the hammer. And then
Right,
they
that's
run
my
in,
point.
And then they arrest the guy, and Paul's like on the ground. Look at him. I feel bad for him in this shot. Look at that. He's like passed out on the ground.
Jeez, and on the broken glass.
Yeah, and so you can see he was holding a glass with ice in it. So if it had ice in it too, it's like they also said so he had enough time. Here's the other thing too.
It's so cringy.
So he had enough time. This guy broke into his house. He had enough time to call the police
with no forced entry.
Right. He had enough time to call the police for the police to respond. It's not instant. And he had a glass full of ice, and this guy in him, he was in his underwear. It just doesn't make sense.
you know what it does? It makes your back feel just like the hair on your
It's weird
like,
watching the video, right?
wow, go forward again. I want to see a little bit more.
Edward 14, Edward 10 medics.
That
One
breathing,
minute.
I think, is Paul because
Yeah,
he
one
was
minute.
hurt.
You got it?
Sorry, 14 number 2, Steve, medical 3.
Affirmative.
It just that I actually didn't speculate that until just now. But if there was enough time for this guy to break in, Paul to recognize, oh shit, there's an intruder, to call the police, and the police respond, and now the police are at the door, and he's holding a glass with fresh ice cubes in it. Him and this intruder were hanging out. They must have been. Unless Paul like refilled
There's
his glass.
something
But why
going
would
on. Yeah,
if someone broke into your house, would you be like, let me make a glass of whiskey?
unless something's wrong with him, like let's say like was Bubby and
No,
that-
nothing's wrong with him. I mean, maybe he's just old, and I don't know. Maybe if you're in your 70s, you're not thinking I gotta take this guy out. Maybe you're thinking like I can't, right? Because you're not as strong. If it was me, if someone broke into my place, I'm not gonna be like I'm gonna be like try to get them out. Same with you, but would you? I don't know. Maybe as a 70-year-old man, you're gonna try to de-escalate rather than like get the fuck out of my house.
But there's
That could be
so
an
many
explanation.
things that are bizarre. The drink in the glass is bizarre. The hammer's bizarre.
He's in his underwear, which is weird.
Opening the door with the hammer in the hand is bizarre. So
And
who is
why
this
wouldn't
guy?
you?
Did they?
Well, we can
let's
go into who this
research
guy is.
him. I want to find out, and I want to find out what happened to him, and I want to find out.
Yes.
Wow, that's bizarre.
If there was an intruder in my house,
I got
even
it.
if I was
Yeah.
trying to de-escalate and the cops opened the door,
You run
I'm
right to the guy.
running right to them.
100%.
They have
But
like
it's not a gun; it's a hammer.
right, exactly. I'm
Yeah,
running right
yeah.
to them.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just weird.
Or you take your glass and do it to the guy's fucking face while the cops are there.
Or just scream, "Help me!"
Whatever. Yeah.
He opened the door. He goes, "What's up, guys?"
Go back to the door open. I want to hear what he has to say. Weird. Go back.
How you doing?
Go back. Okay.
Hey, he goes, "Hey, guys."
Doing?
Okay.
What's going on, man?
Everything's good.
Hi. Drop the hammer.
Nope.
Something's wrong with
What's going
Pelosi.
on right now?
You know what's wrong with him? He's drunk. 100%. He's got to be drunk.
Where's Nancy this whole time?
I don't know.
This is cringy.
I think Nancy was out of town,
This is
which
cringy
is even
shit.
weirder.
Yeah,
So
this
she's out of
is-
town and he has a guy over.
Ooh, it gives me. It's sort of. It's gross, isn't it?
Who
Don't you
let
find it
that
gross? Something's a little weird about it.
Yeah, you just get a weird feeling.
Yeah, it doesn't. Let me see. Wow, you guys got to watch that. That's weird.
I want to. The problem is there's so much, there's so much narrative
I just
put
wanna
on
know
this
who the
story.
guy is.
But so that's what I'm saying. The first thing that comes up it says Paul Pelosi attacker traffics in conspiracy theories. That's the first thing that CNN
Traffics? What?
meaning like he's a conspiracy theorist. So they're trying to make him because remember the story at first was he's a MAGA Trump supporter. That was the story at first.
Right.
That was literally what the news was saying. Then
Could you
the
imagine?
next day, people were like, "No, he's not. He's from Canada. He's not an
I
American."
remember that, right. I
And
remember
then they stopped that. Then they were like, "No, he's just a crazy conspiracy theorist, or he's a right winger from Canada." But then people found that he had pride flags outside of his home. He's a gay man, so they're like, "He's not a right winger. He has pride flags."
Interesting.
So there's so much speculation that it's really hard to find what the truth is. That's why I
Can you
just
just
wanted
go
to
to
preface.
the DC government and find his arrest?
It was in San Francisco.
All right, so then San
So
Francisco.
let's see. This is from CNN. Let's see what they have to say. Paul Pelosi attacker traffics and conspiracy theories. The man who attacked the husband of Nancy Pelosi in their home last year showed no remorse and continued his dangerous fixation on the former House Speaker in a bizarre phone call to a San Francisco reporter on Friday. This was this week. David DePepe called Amber Lee from the San Francisco County Jail on the same day the attack footage was released with an important message for everyone in America. Without mentioning Pelosi by name, DePepe said he gathered names and addresses of people he believed were systematically and deliberately destroying American freedom and liberty and said he wanted to have a heart-to-heart chat about their bad behavior. So again, they're making him like a...
Who's that? Is that him?
That's Paul, yeah. The thing is, this guy's not... Let's see. So his name is David DePepe. David DePepe. Okay, let's see what this is.
Weird.
Who is David DePepe? This is from October 28th, 2022. A 40-year-old Berkeley man is accused of breaking into House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband. Our officers tackled the suspect, disarmed him, and took him into custody. Can't speak. In the hours since his name was announced, a social media firestorm ignited over who he is and whether he is on the left or right of America's political spectrum. Here's what we know. DePepe is part of a nudist advocacy group in San Francisco's Castro district. The state senator said, I've been aware of him a long time because he was associated with the public nudity folks. DePepe is known around Berkeley as a pro-nudity activist. Okay, weird.
And who cares?
But that's it. But that's weird. So
Right.
he's like, he has picketed naked at protests against laws requiring people to be clothed in public.
Whack.
In public.
You want me to read it? You're okay? You having a little seizure?
Sorry.
Go ahead. You don't have to apologize. Go ahead.
His target was Nancy Pelosi, sources told the AP. DePepe shouted, "Where is Nancy?" before he violently attacked the speaker's husband.
That's not true.
That also...
He didn't say that.
well, in that video, he didn't say it, but apparently that's what Paul said. Or maybe it's in the 911 call. You can hear him say it. But also, that doesn't mean that Nancy was the suspect. He might have been asking where she is because he didn't want her there.
Correct. Right.
Like, that's a ridiculous jump to make. This was not a random act. This was intentional. The speaker flew back to San Francisco after she was notified. So here it is. DePepe is a conspiracy theorist. He's a fringe conspiracy theorist. We know that this person has a long history of fringe conspiracy theory views. A blog titled God is Loving was written by an author named David DePepe. So do we even know that that's that person?
No, isn't that unbelievable? That means it wasn't because it's just, that's what they're saying.
The blog focused on Big Brother conspiracy theories and
Get rid of those
censorship.
other fucking ads in there. Go ahead.
The author rails against an elite ruling class of mainstream media and technology companies for censoring people not in power. So again, we don't know. They don't know that this person is
right.
that.
He's disturbed. This guy.
He was estranged from his family. He was born in Vancouver, right? So he's not American. Here it says he grew up in Powell River, British Columbia, before leaving 2 decades ago to follow an older girlfriend to San Francisco. He remains in custody. Yeah, that's about it. He faces a slew of charges, including attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon, first-degree burglary, threatening a family member of a public official, inflicting injury on an elder, battery with serious bodily harm, and dissuading a witness. So, yeah, they just released the video, and it just made it weird.
Why so long to release the video?
I think it has to go through process. I don't think they just release
the door was a weird thing.
Yeah.
Something there, we'll never know the truth, obviously, but something's not right. Something's not right.
Yeah. It's just odd.
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I like that one.
It was literally released like yesterday or 2 days ago. And everyone online was talking about it. Everyone's like, what the fuck?
What's everybody saying?
Everyone like, this video makes it weirder. Like,
Yeah.
this video, because I think they released the video to try to be like, because a lot
To
of people
show it's true.
Yeah, and a lot of people were like, he wasn't attacked, or all the theories are ridiculous. This was a right-wing
Set
attack.
up.
And then they released the video, and everyone's like, nah, this made it more suspicious.
But what do you think's suspicious about it?
Multiple things. How did he get into the home? That's suspicious. Why is Paul being so nonchalant?
All right, so you're saying, okay, so you're saying it's not a setup to go against Trump. It's that he's gay.
I think that there was some weird shit
But
going
then
on in
who
this video.
called? He did?
Yeah. Maybe the guy, I don't know. But like, things can turn. Situations can turn wrong.
Yeah.
You can be expecting one
Whose
thing and it
hammer
turns
was
another.
it?
I think he brought it.
He brought the hammer. How do we find out? Because why would he bring a hammer? Weird shit.
Or even like maybe, I don't know, maybe this guy did want to attack Paul the whole time, and he was like, he seduced Paul or something, and Paul like invited him into the home because he thought he was going to have something sexual, and then the guy started attacking him, and then he was like, shit, I got to call 911. You know, that could happen.
Do we have the 911 call?
Yeah, that has been released too. Let's see.
Whose hammer is it?
911, I don't know. It's so hard to find. Paul Pelosi attack show struggle for hammer. This is from NPR. This was released yesterday. Doesn't say. Evidence includes portions of 911 call, Capitol Police video. Okay, so there were Capitol Police there, but it was in San Francisco. So that means that, because I think if you're a member of Congress,
He
you have
was
security.
in D.C.
No, it was in San Francisco. It
No,
happened.
she said she flew back from San Francisco.
back to San
Oh,
Francisco.
okay. All right.
It happened in San Francisco. Look, the San Francisco Public Defender's Office, which is representing DePepe,
Understood,
so they plan to issue a statement. And then look here. It says, look, this article from NPR is talking about the body cam footage. It says newly released video of the attack shows a struggle for a hammer. Then it says during the January 6th attack, rioters chanted menacingly for the speaker as they rampaged through the halls trying to halt certification.
What's that have to do with anything?
One man was convicted this week of 8 criminal counts after he put his feet on the desk of Pelosi. The fuck does that have to do with this video?
It's so
they're trying to connect
it's
all these
so
things.
one-sided, and it's not even news anymore.
Oh, here it says Paul Pelosi was asleep at the couple's home when DePepe allegedly broke in. Nancy Pelosi was in Washington at the time and under the protection of her security detail, which does not extend to family members. Oh, so interesting. But also, if you're a multi-millionaire,
She's right. You have your
the
own
husband
security.
of one of the most hated
Wait,
people.
allegedly broken.
Yeah.
That means they don't. It means he wasn't broken into.
Right. I mean, or they don't know definitively, I guess.
Oh, you can know.
Yeah.
It's in the fucking report. Police report.
Yeah, true.
Okay, it would show force of entry, whatever it is.
Her
I
husband,
want to hear the what were we
the
saying?
911 call.
Yeah,
911 call Pelosi.
it's weird shit.
I think New York Times. Yeah, here. This is it.
1022.
Oh, I guess I called by mistake. What is this?
This is San Francisco Police. Do you need help?
Oh, well, there's a gentleman here just waiting for my wife to come back. Nancy Pelosi.
223
He's just waiting for her to come back. But she's not going to be here for a day, so I guess we'll have to wait.
He might be.
Something's wrong with him.
He might be trying to de-escalate.
Okay, do you need police, fire, or medical for anything?
8 seconds.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
0 to 23 and
Okay.
58 seconds.
There's is the Capitol Police around?
2 20.
No, this
They
is San
usually
Francisco.
protect my wife. They're usually here at the house protecting my wife.
No,
But
this is
gentleman
San
came in.
Francisco Police.
Friday.
What is that noise?
I understand.
8
The recording.
22.
Okay, well,
0
uh,
to 24
I don't know, what do you
and
think?
18 seconds.
good.
That's the guy.
He thinks everything's good. I've got a problem, but he thinks everything's good.
0
Okay.
to 24
Call us back if you change your mind.
28
No.
seconds.
This gentleman just came into the house, and he wants to wait here for my wife to come home.
0 to
And so,
24 and 48.
Anyway, he
Do
told me
you
to put the
know?
phone down.
Do you know who the person is?
No, I don't know who he is. He has this. He's telling me not to. He's telling me not to do anything.
What is your address, sir?
26.
225 and 0.
What is your name?
Seconds.
My name is Paul Pelosi.
Friday.
Anyway, this gentleman says that he thinks everything ought to. He told me to put the phone down and just do what he said.
18 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. Who? What's the gentleman's name?
I don't know. What's that?
My name's David.
The name is David.
Okay. And who is David?
25,
I don't know.
38
What's that?
seconds.
I'm a friend of theirs.
Yeah, he says he's a friend, but as I
But you
said,
don't.
I've never.
But you don't know who he is.
25 and
No, ma'am.
48 seconds.
Okay.
He's telling me I'm being very leading, so I got to stop talking to you.
0
Okay.
to 25 and
Okay.
50
You sure I can stay on the
seconds.
phone with you just to make sure everything's okay?
No, he must make it fell off the phone.
0 to 26
Okay.
Okay.
and 0
So she
Thank you.
called them,
Okay.
right?
Bye.
What?
She called.
She must have called the police.
I hope she did it. But that sounds very. I think he's just elderly. I think that sounds sincere. Isn't that weird?
No,
but here's the thing. Why did the guy David let him call him? Just hang up the phone.
They were clearly on speakerphone because
Why
David
wouldn't you just hang up the
heard
phone? Right.
her-
What's his name? Do you know him?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't she? Why wouldn't you just say you can't call?
Yeah, but also I think
It's so cringy.
if I'm putting myself in Paul's shoes, I could see me trying to call and being like, "Oh shit, I got away," and then the intruder's like they're listening to me, and then me trying to play it off chill, so I don't get killed. Right? Like if there's an intruder holding you hostage, and you're like, come quick, they're gonna attack you. But if you're like, oh no problem, like we're fine, that explains that to me. Like I could see anyone rationally doing that.
I don't know. That's
Especially,
weird.
but why would he have been on speaker? That's weird.
Maybe the guy said, but why would he let him call?
The whole thing's weird.
That is so weird, Bronson.
But then also, like, if Paul was trying to hide something, why would he have called the police in the first place?
Don't you find this whole thing uneasy?
Yeah.
Unsettling?
And everyone does. In the news, the most unsettling part of the whole thing is that when the story first happened, the news was running with it for 2 to 3 days, and then they shut the fuck up because they knew that something was off. And so they didn't want to keep running with the story that they knew was off.
Then why would they shut the footage then? Why would they bring it back up in the public eye?
I don't know. This is only making it worse, though.
This is a weird thing. I know. I sort of feel bad for the guy when I hear that.
Paul.
Call. Yeah.
Me too. Watching the video, like seeing him on the floor, I was like, damn, he got fucking
I
rocked.
think, you want to know what I think? I think this guy's a fucking retard psychopath. This guy fucking David, whatever his name is. I think fucking Pelosi was just hanging out, got undressed, watching TV, having his fucking after dinner, his drink in the evening, whatever. Yeah. This guy somehow fucking got him. Maybe Pelosi's old. He didn't lock the back door, whatever. Right. The guy fucking comes in and I don't think he's as with a Pelosi, obviously. And I think this is what happened.
Yeah, he seems more.
He's
probably
older.
Unstable.
He's
older.
older.
The guy, David, the attacker, is probably
so
unstable.
I think something was unlocked, just not checking.
Yeah.
And I think that, and what is it? Listen, don't I get in my fucking shorts? So he's in his fucking boxer shorts with his t-shirt, with his dress shirt on. I don't think that's my. If I had,
he might have just gotten nervous when he answered the door.
Yeah,
But why would you? I just don't. Why would you answer the door with the glass in your hand?
I don't understand, which is the most shocking thing for me, because this guy. Listen, we do know this guy David, whatever, is fucked up, right? Because he does the nude thing, whatever, and then he fucking.
If he does that, that could also be a lie. I don't believe anything they fucking
But hear me
said.
out. So
they might be trying to discredit
why
him.
would he allow Pelosi to make the 911 call? You just hang up.
Yeah, and why would he come to the door with Pelosi, both holding the hammer?
Wouldn't you just leave if you knew that? But he could be
he could be unhinged and not thinking straight.
Right, he could be a nut job.
But also, so if you're Pelosi,
and wait, and you, I'm sorry for interrupting, but and when the police are there and he goes to hit him, like you're getting caught. It's not like a gun.
Yeah.
So you're not normal.
The glass is just what doesn't make sense to me. If
I don't agree with you.
That call we just listened to was 3 minutes. So there was at least 3 minutes of the call. There was at least some time when the police had to respond, right? The police didn't show up instantly. So let's say 5 minutes, which would be a fast response time in my.
No, it would have been longer.
Right.
Because I'm not sure this woman called right away. She probably spoke to a supervisor, and said, what do I do?
Even if the police aren't zipping over there right away.
No, there were no sirens. You didn't. Yeah. He didn't know the right address.
Right, exactly. So let's say 13. Let's give the police 10 minutes of response.
And wait, there was news.
What?
Go back to the beginning with the police cam. Was someone videotaping it?
No, that's the body cam. It was the police. It was both police.
Watch. You go back to the very beginning to the other one.
Okay, but what I was saying is that if there was the 3 minutes, I'll play that. If there was the 3 minutes of the phone call,
right? So let's say it's 15 minutes. It's 15 minutes. That's
why would he still be holding his drink when if there was someone attacking me? I'm putting my fucking drink down. All
right, but Bronny, he's in his same. Maybe he was. Yeah, I don't know.
That's just what makes it seem not
the door. All their hands were occupied. Had the door open.
I don't know.
But there was somebody else at the very beginning. The whole thing is very sketch. Go back. Make it. Let me see. Let me see a little bigger. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Yeah, definitely don't want Hall up here.
He's talking to the other cop.
I definitely don't want Hall up here. Hello.
1 minute. The weirdest thing I've ever seen, Bron. We know they're painting the outside of their house. Right there. What's that? See?
Yeah, who is that?
That's not a cop. Is
Definitely
it?
not a cop. But the cop was talking to him. Maybe it's like a ride along
to Pelosi. They all know who Pelosi is.
And also, there were multiple cops.
And what's that light in the background?
Probably the cop car, right?
I don't know. No, go back.
Yeah, it's it's reflecting all on the.
Okay.
Right? Is it the cop car lights? Yeah, definitely that.
Who is that?
They have a shoulder bag.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's why I don't understand it.
That is weird. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I thought it was like the news were coming.
It's a guy like texting on his phone or something, right? But then
This is
he jumps in.
I'm
and
sorry, it's weird.
Is there just one cop that responded?
No, there's 2 cops
But where was the other cop in the beginning of the
behind
video?
him. He was behind him.
Where?
He's with him.
Right.
They
but
never
look,
do one cop.
Now he pans around. Where is there a second cop?
He didn't go all the way around. It could have been over his right shoulder.
No, but
He
but
turned
look,
to his
there's
left.
no one here. There's no one here. There's no one here. You think he walked it? Look, there's still no one there.
But it
And
could
he
be right,
turned-
but he only did 95 degrees.
I don't know. That's
There's
weird.
definitely 2 cops. The whole thing's weird.
It's sketchy ass shit.
Wow, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I can never be a police officer. I couldn't do it.
Now being a cop, it's
Wow.
So that it doesn't really like help with anything. It just makes it weirder. And I just thought we should talk about it because it's just fucking weird.
Very, very, very weird.
All right. Should we do a fatherly advice?
Absolutely.
So for those who were debating about if they should join the Patreon, the things I want to talk, the things that we didn't get to in this episode is
We never
always,
get to all the issues.
Yeah. So for those still listening, if you're on the fence about the Patreon, this Patreon, we're going to talk about that for the Project Veritas Pfizer video.
Don't
which
know
if-
what that even
no,
is.
you wouldn't, but you're going to be like, holy shit. And the people listening, if you know, you're going to want to hear our take on that. That's in the Patreon. We're going to talk about, if you don't know what this whole fiasco with the gym girl on TikTok
I don't know
is,
what
we're going
that
to
is
talk about
either.
that. So there's good stuff on that coming on the Patreon. So if you guys want that to listen to,
You really
that,
should join, guys, at this point. Give me a fucking break.
patreon.com/daddyissuespod. Okay, so this is from Adrienne.
Yo, Adrian.
I think it's a woman.
You know, I started watching Fado on the plane.
You told me in the car.
Oh,
Grandpa.
Gotcha. Okay.
We had a whole conversation about it.
Okay.
That was a huge grandpa moment.
All right. Go to my light switches, please.
I am 21 years old and I have an older sister. We still live at home since I am getting my master's, and my older sister is also still in school. I have never really gotten along with her because every time we would fight, it was below the belt. For example, she would call me a C word multiple times and say that I was a dumb loser for never having a boyfriend.
Real nice sister.
And deciding not to go through with nursing school. My mom would never reprimand her for the hurtful things she said, but would get mad at me when I would react and respond to what she said. My sister could leave piles of her stuff on the dinner table, and my mom wouldn't say a word, but if I left my bag by the door for too long, my mom is on my ass to pick it up. My sister has also created lies about me and has told them to several family members. I take this to heart since I don't have that much family and I don't want my reputation to be tarnished just because she would get upset. I always feel dumbfounded by the
Evil.
difference in treatment, and when I try to bring it up to my mom, automatically she shuts me down. I love my mom when it's just me and her, but I don't know why she treats my sister like she's better. Do you have any advice on how to go about this? My sister is not easy to talk to and would erupt in anger if I say anything. You can relate to this. You have a sister who is better treated than your family, and your family
Right.
would never believe you
Right.
over your sister.
Right. So what's your advice?
I don't fucking know. I mean, it just sounds like that. I would just try to distance myself from your sister.
Yeah, I would say, listen, you're 21. I'm not trying to discount how you feel, but suck it up. You're not
No,
going
but
to change.
the mom part. That's the worst
Listen,
part.
see, mom, you know what? Suck it up. You're going to make your own fucking life. You'll do differently with your kids. I'm not trying to discount it, but you're not going to change your mother. For some fucked up reason, your mother's doing this with your sister. Maybe your sister's really the fucking C word and the loser.
Well, it sounds
Listen,
like she is.
Yeah, she sounds like she's a piece of shit. And therefore, for some reason, your mom's got to make her feel better about herself. And if you have your shit together and more independent, the parent, it's like rewarding the bad behavior and dewarding the good behavior. Just live your life. You realize and recognize, obviously, it's wrong. It is hurtful. But you'll make your own life. You'll grow up, and you'll make sure you don't do that to your children, and you treat them somewhat equally and things like that, and always be there when your kids come to you for, you know, something that bothers them, so you don't shut them down and they're not writing daddy issues to Bronson's children doing the podcast. So I would
Fatherly
say,
advice.
right? So I would say,
But you can relate, like that to me seems like bad advice because it's like just giving up on the situation.
not giving up. I didn't give up. I can't. I have no control of certain things, so I live my life.
Okay, but like with your situation, you have a sister who is treated better
No,
than you.
my mother has a daughter. I don't have a sister.
Okay, so, right, but you have a sister.
My mother has a daughter.
Your mother treats her daughter better than she treats you
And my
your
brother, correct.
and has your entire life for no good reason. And
we're the good ones.
And your mother's daughter, aka your sister, will do bad things just to do bad things, just like this sister does.
100%.
Right? So you can relate to this well. So
That's why I'm giving my advice.
Right. So I'm trying to clarify. So you're just saying there's kind of no hope. You just got to accept it.
It's not no hope. It's just that it's their shit. If you can look in the mirror and know that you're living your life and doing being the best version of you, don't let them. I talked many years ago when we first started about creating boundaries for yourself, and you can create the best version of you in the life that you want to live. And if you create these boundaries and live by these boundaries and these rules, anyone else with their shit, their troubles, whatever, or trying to make you do something you don't want to do or live a life that you don't want to live, don't let it, because you create these boundaries and you have the right to do what you want to do with your life. So you're not going to change your mother and your sister. That's a given. You're not going to change them. They're fucked up in whatever way they are. They're fucked up.
Yeah.
And you recognize that. And I'm not saying it's not hurtful, but as you get older, more mature, you need to live your life. And if you live in the past and you keep dwelling on the past and you keep thinking you can be the one to change them, it's not a healthy life for you. And trying to understand why is irrelevant. It's their shit. It's their toxicity. It's their fucked up problem. So you have your whole life and world ahead of you. You can create and fill in those blank pages to create your own story and do what you want to do. So why give them the power? I never understood how people let they give bad people that are involved in their life such power over them. And if you know you're doing the right thing, don't give these people that power. Your mother's wrong. Your sister's a fucking asshole, obviously. So fuck them. No family life is perfect. You wish it was different, but if you're doing the best you can and it's not going to change and be different, then stop banging your head against the wall trying to change people who can't be changed and live your life. That's my advice. Does that make sense?
I totally agree. The one thing I totally agree. I think the only thing you can really do once accepting that is just maybe, like, if you're living in the house that your sister's also living in and your own,
move out then.
Just try to save up enough where you can move out.
Right, and you create your life.
Like, if you move out and then you can have an independent relationship with your mom and you don't have a relationship with your sister, then all these problems will be solved. So it seems like you're just too close to all of that.
Right, and listen, if you don't have the kind of relationship you wish you could have with your mother, it's just the way it is. I'm not trying to minimize it, okay? But the beauty is one day you're going to be a mother and you're going to change that. Just make sure you don't do the same things your mother did to you. And the beauty is you're going to break that chain and create a beautiful life for your kids, because you don't want them having the same feelings and the same issues that you had with your mother who didn't live up to what you thought a mother should do. Doesn't mean it's not sad. Doesn't mean you didn't wish it was different. But you have the ability and the power to change it. So you're going to do that.
Yeah.
That
and
makes
also
sense?
she might be able to foster a better relationship once her sister's out of the picture.
Maybe.
Or like if she has her own apartment and she invites her mom to lunches every week and they have their own alone time without the sister, because she even said,
when she's alone, right.
Right. I love my mom when it's just me and her. So like,
right, but on the same token, but your mom,
that's wrong of the
right.
mom.
But of course, but on the same token, just accept it in the sense in the limited ability or capabilities that your mother had. Because if you give yourself some false hope, you're setting yourself up for hurt and failure, and you don't want that.
Yeah.
Change it. When you get a certain point, you become independent. You have the ability to create the life that you want to live and the way you deserve to be treated. You're not going to change people. That I can promise you. That's never happening. So create your boundaries, live your most fulfilling life that makes you happy. And if your mother or your fucking piece of shit motherfucker sister doesn't fit into it, then fuck them, move on. That's what I say.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Hope I answered your question.
I agree.
Bronny, I love you. Everybody, have a great
go join the Patreon. Go join the $10 a month this week so that you can Zoom with us.
Right.
And we'll get to know you.
And have a great Monday, and we'll speak to you guys soon. You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.